Hello, I'm Elisa Tobin, and today for Social Work 541, Social and Economic Justice 2 at Widener University, I am going to be presenting to you the community of Salem, Oregon, which is the community that I have lived in for about 9 years. So to begin with, we're just going to go through some facts about Salem and kind of break down the politics and the numbers and the community as a whole, and then at the end I'm going to show you a video that highlights some of the best parts about Salem. So population total as of 2016 was 161,975, and of course these numbers are all going to be a little bit different since the census was taken in 2016 and it's been 2 years. And overall, Oregon as a whole is predominantly white, and that is reflected in Salem as well. And historically, actually, Oregon is a very racist state, which surprised me the first time I heard that, because while I see it just by observations and by people I know, politically we are very progressive and have done things very progressively, especially in the last few years. The median age in Salem is about 34.6 years old, and here's a little breakdown right here of the other ages and their numbers and everything, but the median age is that 34.6 years. The median household income in Salem is about $51,945, and there's about 14.9% people living in poverty. And I wonder about that number because recently we've had our homeless population grow quite a bit, and so I don't know if that is reflected in that number or if that is just included in people who have a home and are just living in poverty. And there are about 3,661 people per square mile. For education, there are about 87.7% of people with a high school or higher education. Bachelor's degree or higher is about 27.8%. 10.7% have a master's degree or higher, and then 8.3% are other. And then as far as crime goes, really since 2002 to 2016 overall, the crime rates have gone down quite a bit. The only thing that has gone up is the arson, I believe. After looking, arson and assaults have gone up, but the rest of them have all pretty much gone down. Oh, I guess murder went up too. That's unfortunate. But the rest of the crime rates have gone down overall, and for the most part, I feel safe in Salem. I have a pepper spray that I carry with me, and especially at night. And that's not only for people. But it's also because we have some wild animals that like to roam, and I live in an area of town that is kind of semi-wooded, and so I just want to make sure that I am protected. And then, as long as I'm locking everything, I feel like I live in a pretty safe community. The main two religion breakdowns in Salem are Catholic and none, and then evangelical Protestant, and so that, I guess that's three. So those are the three main religious breakdowns. In 2016 presidential elections, about 46% of people voted for Trump, about 42% voted for Clinton, so really the main two candidates were pretty evenly split down the middle, and then 11% voted for other candidates. And again, as reflected in the political breakdown, about 59% or 59,000 people in Marion County are Democrats, about 58,000 people in Marion County are Republicans, and then about 66,000 are non-affiliated. So the formal organizations, this is the government and city government jobs that are in Salem, and so total for government, which includes libraries, healthcare, welfare, airports, firefighters, police stations, or police officers, and all of those kind of government employees. The total for full-time is 1,122, and then part-time is 130. And then we have quite a few colleges in town. We have Chemeketa Community College, Willamette University, Corbin University, which is where I went to school, Institute of Technology, ITT Technical Institute. And then we have a couple hair design and esthetician schools and beauty schools. And these I don't think are the correct ones anymore. This is what came up on the City Data website. But I know that we've had a couple additions to this, and I know that at least one of those three beauty schools have shut down since then. And we have quite a few high schools. Our main high schools in town are the public ones, which are the North Salem, McKay, South Salem, Sprague, and West Salem. And those are the main 5 high schools that most of our students go to. And then Roberts is kind of an alternative high school. Early college high school is for people who want to go in and have college credits when they go to high school. And then we have Robert S. Farrell, Oregon School for the Deaf, and then those are also public. And then our private schools are Salem Academy, Blanchette, Western Mennonite, Livingstone Adventist, Willamette Valley Christian, and Grace Academy at a whole 4 students. And our healthcare system is pretty good in Salem. We have the Salem Hospital, which is our main, we have the main Salem Hospital, and then we have Salem Hospital has clinics around that do a lot of the healthcare. And then we also have Kaiser Permanente clinics and stuff. And then Willamette Valley Hospice does a lot of the hospice work. And Oregon State Hospital is our state mental hospital that is fairly large and well run. And then we have quite a few nursing homes, dialysis facilities, and home health centers. There are quite a few neighborhoods. I would say the main neighborhoods out of this list are the Croissant-Illahee, which is probably a wealthier neighborhood than some of the others. Morningside is a pretty large community, and then probably Northeast Salem is a pretty big one. South Salem and Southeast Salem, and then West Salem. Those are like the biggest communities in the community of Salem. As far as church group goes, we have many more churches than this, but these are the ones from the church finder list that really stood out to me as the main ones in the community. We have Bethany Baptist, Court Street Christian, First Baptist, which is the one that I go to, Morning Star, People's Church, Salem Alliance, Salem Evangelical, Salem Heights, and West Salem Foursquare. And so for my church that I love it, we have a really large children's ministry where we have a very big Awana program. And then we just finished our sports camp, which is basically our VBS. But we have different areas that kids can go and learn about football, learn about basketball. They can learn drama. They can learn music. And then we also have a middle school, which is what I volunteer in, a high school ministry. And then we have a homeless ministry with a food closet. And we have lists of resources that we give to homeless people who come in. And then we have a prison ministry where we go in and partner with the prisons and the people in prison to just kind of encourage them and help them along on their ride. So in Oregon as a whole, we are in the northwest part of Oregon, but as you'll see in the video at the end, we're in a really good spot because we're close to Central Oregon, which has a lot of camping and hiking, and then in the wintertime a lot of skiing. And then Crater Lake is down it's about 4 hours away from Salem. And then we're super close to the beach and super close to Portland. So there's quite a few areas to go in Salem and around Salem. And then this map over on the right side is just the map of the city as a whole. So overall, I would say that Salem is a good community. And reading through the paper, the Good Community Assessment, I feel like it's a pretty safe area to live. And like I said, the crime rates have gone down overall. And then we do have a lot of organizations that help the community to sustain residents. The only thing that I would say on that is that our homeless population has grown. And there, as you'll see in the video, there's a lot of opportunities for the community to be involved. We have a Salem Saturday Market and just a lot of areas for the community to grow relationships that bind people together. And then there are a lot of people that commonality of values and goals. The churches all work together to help the community as a whole, and we're a very mostly inclusive community. I wouldn't say a very inclusive community, where overall people are treated as whole persons and they are seen as a whole person. And it is, I would say, it's a pretty day-to-day predictable place as well. And I've really enjoyed living in Salem, and there are a lot of opportunities for growth and fulfillment, not only for me, but also for the community as a whole. And there are so many resources and so many people who are willing to help. So I am going to show you this video really quick, and the only thing that is left after the video is my reference slide. And so I hope that you have enjoyed my presentation, and thank you for watching. And here is that video. So this is one of the historic theaters in Salem. This is the Elsinore Theater, and we're very big on community, and we're very big on allowing local artists to perform and kind of just do their thing and thrive. And then this is the State Capitol building, and this is our gold man on top. And the State Capitol, I don't know if you saw those cherry trees, but they're just beautiful in the springtime. It's one of my favorite things. They all turn pink, and then it's a beautiful thing. The one thing about the Willamette Valley, though, is that the allergies are terrible. I've never had allergies until I moved to Salem, and the pollen is just, it's horrible. But Willamette Valley is known for its wine. It's known for, it's a very, very big area for wine. One of the wines that most of the vineyards highlight, or most of the wineries highlight, is the Pinot Noir. So there's, I don't even know how many vineyards in Salem and how many wineries there are in Salem. But again, there's opportunities for the community to be involved in so many things. We have this community yoga at one of the breweries in town. We've got a local baseball team. And then, the Willamette River is right there. We've got that boat that kind of goes up and down the river. And a lot of local bars and coffee shops for people to go. One of my favorite things to do is to go and study at coffee shops. And I just like to sit, and a lot of the coffee shops just roast their own beans. And so it's nice to support those local businesses. And then I think there was a picture of the fair around too, or the Salem Saturday Market. So that is another great place for people to come. We have local artists who come and play music or do the face paint. I have a friend who has a booth there for braids, and it's just an awesome place to be on Saturday. They have, local produce, local meat, local flowers, and it's just a great way to support our small community. And then here's the ocean. That's Haystack Rock, and this is one of the mini waterfalls that we have close by. And then there's skiing close by, and everything is within a few hours of Salem, so it makes it really nice to be able to get out and do things. And there was the market again. We have some museums in town. That last yellow building was one of the children's museums that we have, and then we also have a small amusement park that is themed on nursery rhymes and fairy tales. So that is pretty cool. There's only a couple rides, but it's really cool to walk through and go through the fairy tales with kids. So that is Salem, Oregon for you. So I hope that you have enjoyed this presentation, and here are my references.